We back with another one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this.
Dude, it took me right to Antarctica, man. Holy moly. And the other one's at the North Pole. How weird is that? That's not possible. Y'all got to watch all three parts. All right, as you can see, this is the Miami Mall coordinates where the aliens were. So I'm going to change the west and north to south and east. And look where it takes us. Right to Antarctica. But look, y'all know it's even more weird though? Watch this. Now I'm going to take the coordinates. I'm going to change the south and the east to like, I think it's west and north or north and west. So watch this. Here it comes. Changing that to north, changing that to west. And look where it takes me. Right to the mall. This takes me right to the mall. Okay? So then I just change the west and north around, and look where it takes me. The North Pole. Well, technically Greenland, but dude, that is wild, man.
This is for everyone asking about the aliens and what's going on with that. So I'm just trying to keep up with it right now.
50 Tyson didn't deserve that. Deion Sanders didn't deserve that. Sammy Davis Jr. didn't deserve his legs to get taken. Diddy don't deserve hat. If you motherfuckers really knew about what Illuminati is, it's not about Illuminati, bro. Illuminati is the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ that still live today. That's Illuminati. The devil always want to take something and make it his. Illuminati is mine. The 12 disciples of Christ that still live today. Money. Everybody want money, money, money. That's not my fucking, that's not the goal here. The goal here was to make sure I got my son, make sure I take care of my responsibilities, and make sure I change my life for the better. And it's called self-care. That's it. Nobody wants to do all this other extra shit. Everybody's not with that shit. We're looking for something fresh, new. We need opportunities for children. We need opportunities for older people that actually can still work and have talent. We need opportunities for fucking teenagers that are fucking going through with their parents. We need something, a vehicle we all can ride on. That ain't no motherfucker, no, man. No, niggas is gonna get in trouble. That shit is not making sense. All these old dead ass people with motherfucking shows, and you gonna tell me that a nigga with $1 billion face and over 1 million fan base, over 1 trillion fan base, you wanna skip that and put a nigga shaking his ass and nah man. You know, it has to be some kind of sacrifice. Somebody, the people behind Kevin Hart knew that Kevin was the nigga. The people behind Jamie Foxx knew Jamie Foxx was that nigga. The people behind Will Smith know Will Smith is that nigga. It's a problem when you act like somebody's not who they really are because you don't have the gift that God gave them. Some motherfucking problem out here in these streets. Got our babies twerking and shit. You dumb motherfuckers. I'm glad God gave me the opportunity to get out of jail. Cause that ain't no place a nigga like a brother like me need to be.
Sometimes what he says is crazy, but sometimes what he says is the truth too. What do you guys think? Comment down below. And I'm working on the audio too, guys, so bear with me.
Now it's time to take that negative and turn it into a positive for life. You give a nigga like me $1 million in a bag, you put me on a private jet, give me a big ass fucking house and tell me congratulations, cause my life has changed. We all been through some shit. Some people just been through a little bit more, that's all.
McDonald's has announced it will launch its much-anticipated Cosmic store this week. The spin-off brand, which is named after McDonald's alien mascot from the 1980s and early 1990s, appears to be an attempt at targeting the TikTok generation by emulating Starbucks with a range of colorful slushes, iced teas, and coffees. McDonald's is currently plotting its fastest period of growth in its more than 60-year history, with the chain confirming the first Cosmic in Bolingbrook, Illinois, will open later this week. A further 9 are set to launch by the end of 2024. What are your thoughts on this?
any of those cosmic McDonald's restaurants popping up in your city? Comment down below. And comment down below where you're from.
Every one of
Shout
Two
out
hours
Tommy.
in line for Cosmics, McDonald's new coffee chain. When it was finally my turn, I ordered one of everything on the menu.
You want one of everything? 209.67.
When I pulled up for my order, I was greeted by the entire staff cheering for me, probably because I had the biggest order they'd ever seen. I got everything. Sundaes, McFlurries, shakes, lattes, teas, foods, and so much more. I started with the Sour Cherry Energy Burst, which was almost like a boba slushie. It was pretty sour, especially the little balls when you bite into them. And I was really excited to try the churro frap, which was good but didn't really taste like churro. But they made up for it with the blueberry mint green tea, which had real blueberries and was quite refreshing. The spicy queso sandwich had a nice kick and was probably my favorite item, and I couldn't leave without their hash browns, which seemed like an exact copy of Dunkin's. Overall, 7.8 out of 10.
Not bad, not bad.
Ronald McDonald and Friends in the story of Cosmic. One day, a strange object landed in McDonald Land.
Look! A silver flower pot! Oh, that's no flower pot, Grimace!
Who's there? Hi-ho, Earth people. Cosmic here. I popped in from outer space on a trade mission.
Trade?
Okay, I'll take this and trade you that.
I get it. Trade.
Okay, I'll take this and trade you that.
Boy, he moves fast. How about joining us in a picnic? I've got the McDonald's cheeseburgers, fries, and shakes.
All right, trade you these for the lunch. Bye-bye.
What was Ronald to do?
Yeah, what? I'll save our lunch with my McMagnet.
Cosmic couldn't hide. He was pulled by Ronald's McMagnet.
What do you say we share?
Now you've got the idea.
Deliciously awesome. I've got to tell my people about McDonald's cheeseburgers. Later, dude.
So Cosmic took off.
Wow, what an incredible experience. Oh, right. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Who's seen that commercial? I know I haven't. I'm too young for that one.
Was a guy that goes by the name of King Sosa, or his TikTok handle Little Too Much 704, who posted this video that has gone absolutely
Come on, you couldn't turn up the audio on this one?
been viral. Him and his story in the Miami Mall. Take a little look at this.
What the fuck is this? Sight is literally.
The movie too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As I was just laying in my bed, and I just had like a weird feeling like I was being watched. I thought I heard something outside or like in the woods. So if you guys have been keeping up with my videos, you know weird stuff has been happening inside my house and outside my house. I've been in contact with somebody that thinks that they can like do... My fan just turned on by itself. Okay, but the freaky thing is, here's my light switch. It's flipped on. So the only way to turn my light on is by these cords. Yeah, I'm getting out of here.
Like when he's down here, you see this? There's a straight giant gecko in the water. Look at that thing. Oh, he just opened his mouth.
Yeah, that sounds like the fuses are blowing up or the transmissions or something. I wouldn't sound too close there, buddy.
The cops and everything, they're rushing over. Dude.
I've read every fucking theory on how they built those pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones in it. Some of them they weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them are cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. These things point, that pyramid is shaped perfectly. Like, if you fucked up like a quarter inch there, a half inch here, by the time you get to the top, that thing's a mess. But meanwhile, it's not. It's perfect. It's also perfectly aligned to true north, south, east, and west. And they're not really sure how old it is. They think they date it to 2,500 BC, but that's just because of organic particles that they pulled from inside stones. But they also say that they probably could have sealed those stones and resealed those stones over time. You're dealing with like a gigantic mystery of unfathomable proportion.
It always blew my mind how they built those pyramids. Always blew my mind. They're so beautiful. There's no way a human could build that. And that was, like they said in the previous videos, no one's built nothing bigger than that since the Eiffel Tower. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? That was a while ago, but they've been building bigger stuff, but they just accomplished something like that. I don't know, guys. Comment down below.
So we only been scratching the surface this entire time? Archaeologists are constantly finding new chambers in the pyramids that go far deeper than the outer ground level of the base. And they still haven't been able to find the bottom yet, so exactly how deep does it go? Tall obelisks like these have been found all over ancient Egypt, each with a pyramid-shaped tip. And the pointy Egyptian pyramids look much different than all the other step-shaped pyramids all around the world, so I wonder why. Almost every other ancient structure was initially buried when we first found it, like the Sphinx, Göbekli Tepe, and Chichen Itza to name a few. Why did we just assume the pyramids were fully showing at first sight? Just like we discovered with the Easter Island statues, the majority of their height is buried underground, with some important text inscribed on the side. Nowhere is it written how the pyramids were built, so it could very well be written on the buried sides here. Now I know, these buried obelisks would have been mother crackin' enormous, far bigger than what any humans would have been able to move. Let's take a second to compare to this national monument in Wyoming called the Devil's Tower. Very old rock and the only one of its size in the area, thought to be a natural formation. On closer look, it looks oddly like a petrified tree stump with many more like it around the world. Which, if that's the case, leads to the question, who cut it down? Maybe the same giants who built these massive obelisks, which possibly got buried after worldwide floods, only for the tips to be rediscovered thousands of years later by the Egyptians. Even historic texts, such as the Bible, refer to a race of giants called the Nephilim. And ancient drawings everywhere all too often show depictions of much larger beings. The evidence of these giants is found all across the world, from the pyramids in Devil's Tower to these giant steps in Peru, the plain of Jars in Laos, Easter Island, Nam Madol in Micronesia, this giant knife found underwater near the coast of Madagascar.
Yo, that giant step is not a joke. How you getting up that? And how you getting down? And look at that knife. It takes almost 3 people to hold it. And they're underwater.
All ancient discoveries which were either far too big to be practical or even physically moved by ancient humans. Once is an anomaly, twice is suspicious, but this many times all over the world, I think there's something we don't know here.
100%.
Did you know that the Great Pyramid is almost perfectly aligned to what is called true north? Still think it's a coincidence? Well, did you know that the Great Pyramid sides are on the exact line of the equator? And the 3 pyramids of Giza are perfectly aligned to match the belt of Orion. When you look at all the facts, it doesn't take a genius to understand that whoever built the most accurately aligned structure on Earth was not a simple people group using primitive methods, but incredibly intelligent workers.
That's what I think so too.
Above the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid are 5 further chambers, and these chambers are roofed and floored with granite beams that weigh about 70 tons each. And there are hundreds of them. And these 70-ton granite beams, which to put in context, a 70-ton beam is equivalent in weight to 35 large SUVs. These 70-ton granite beams have been elevated to a height of more than 350 feet above the ground and carefully and precisely placed in position. It is very hard for archaeologists to explain how that was done using purely leverage and mechanical advantage. You can say, oh, perhaps they built a ramp.
You hearing what he said? 1 brick weighs 35 cars. You know these guys were aliens, right? All right, let's keep going.
And hold the stones up the ramp. But then you have to confront basic laws of physics. You can't haul a stone weighing tens of tons up a slope that exceeds 10 degrees.